Angrily. Meaning. In bad temper.
Eleanor Roosevelt angrily condemned him.
Because back then, a Hindu screaming angrily for no reason seemed strange.
Dozens of seniors showed up at the sentencing to angrily condemn Levon in court.
Ordered him to leave her alone and walked angrily towards the mess.
Cautiously. Meaning. To do something carefully or with hesitation.
They're taking things more cautiously.
I feel I should proceed very cautiously.
The gunmen move cautiously as they take the food inside.
Gracefully. Meaning. To do something with sophistication and elegance.
And there's nothing fine and noble about dying in the mud, unless you die gracefully. And then it's not only noble, but brave.
I am taking him in gracefully in order to get him out gracefully.
You are indeed a family in distress, but you must recover and survive gracefully.
Enthusiastically. Meaning. When something is done in an excited manner.
The contestants, as well as the crowd, cheered enthusiastically as Jimmy Knox showed up and took his seat at the judge's desk.
The news of the People's Liberation Army's march into Tibet was enthusiastically supported by all sections of the population.
She spoke enthusiastically about her upcoming marriage, but I thought it was too enthusiastic, as if she were trying to convince herself rather than me.
Lovingly. Meaning. With care and affection.
I come home, she's sitting down lovingly playing with our child, and she looks up at me and she goes, "Hey, honey."
But guess what? The one piece of paper designed to stop you finding him has been lovingly preserved.
I just felt that he needed someone to lovingly remind him that his optometrist appointment was overdue.
Unusually. Meaning. Not typical.
You seem unusually upset by this discussion.
Don't do anything unusually stupid.
You really are an unusually beautiful person.
Surprisingly. Meaning. Shocking.
You found it surprisingly warm.
Garrett was surprisingly sensitive in matters of the heart.
Surprisingly enough, I thought you might be able to give me some advice.
Wickedly. Meaning. Devious.
And I further maintain, saving the honor of your majesty, that the said knight has falsely and wickedly lied.
She was strong and real and messed up and wickedly honest, just like her mother. And if I...
Often. Meaning. In regular occurrence.
Seriously, how often do you really look at a man's shoes?
The directives coming in from Berlin mention special treatment more and more often.
But does your friend often do that?
Slightly. Meaning. A small amount.
Don't you think you're overreacting slightly?
You're talking to a clone. That's slightly troubling.
Incredibly. Meaning. Similar to amazingly.
That was incredibly brave what you did.
I've mastered the ability of standing so incredibly still that I've become invisible to the eye.
I think it's incredibly overpriced.
Happily. Meaning. With joy.
But I'll happily wait.
And they lived happily ever after.
Silently. Meaning. Without any sound.
It came up and went under so mysteriously and silently that I couldn't believe my eyes.
But he couldn't hear because she was speaking silently to herself.
Unexpectedly. Meaning. Similar to surprisingly.
It's like a black cloud sweeping down on me unexpectedly, cutting me off from others.
After the lights unexpectedly go out with a knife that's picked up by another actor who ends up getting the blame.
Excitedly. Meaning. In a very enthusiastic and eager manner.
He began talking excitedly.
Yes, sir. Most excitedly.